there is, I would say, an expanding illegal trade of both live exotic pets and products such as ivory, rhino horn, tiger bones, pangolin scales, you name it, that are now being marketed by traffickers online, primarily through social media. And Facebook, Instagram, WeChat, Taobao, sites like that are the biggest ones. And there are millions and millions of dollars worth of illegal wildlife being sold online annually. So I got involved in this through a project where I was actually looking at great ape, illegal great ape trade. And I found that a lot of illegal great apes, like baby chimpanzees and baby orangutans, were being offered for sale online, on Facebook and Instagram. And over a period of 4 years of basically starting with a few people that were engaged in this, going through their social networks, and then the social networks of people that they were engaged with, to other people and other people and other people, I discovered that there were these huge networks based in supply in parts of Africa and Indonesia and Thailand, primarily in Southeast Asia, that were, stuff was just pouring out, going to the Middle East, the former countries of the Soviet Union, and to Southeast Asia and China. It's a huge problem because, first of all, in the United States, there is a section of a law, it's the Communications Decency Act. There's a section 230 that immunizes online platforms from responsibility or accountability of third-party posts. The platforms are considered to be neutral intermediaries. And lawsuits have been brought against Facebook, actually, and Instagram, and they've all failed because they're not held responsible. So because of this, at least for those platforms based in the USA, they get off through that, which means you have to prosecute the actual individuals. But the platforms will not share the information because of privacy concerns. The only way law enforcement can get evidence online, you know, like the posts, the photographs, and the communications, people negotiating for the animals, is if wildlife gives a warrant, you know, to get the information. And they very rarely do that. It's very cumbersome, time-consuming. The other problem is the European privacy law that came out that covers the European Union, where no online information about a consumer or a user can be shared without that person's consent. No, obviously a trafficker is not going to say, oh sure, go ahead and give my post to law enforcement so they can prosecute me. They're not going to do that. So law enforcement is hamstrung for the online sales. They've got, the only way that I've found that you can catch these people is if you set up an offline sting. You know, you offer to buy something, then you set up a delivery, and you try to meet the person or be there to take it, and then have law enforcement there to arrest the person. Those are incredibly difficult to set up. The sellers generally don't want to meet. You know, they'll just mail it to you or ship it to you or something. Although you can, it can be done, but it's rare.